Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. What an honor to be here for this occasion. I probably, like some people in my profession, first knew of Henrietta Lacks, but really not when I learned about HeLa cells in medical school. Many years ago, much longer than I care to think. But we didn't really know the story until recently. Let me get here. Can you hear me? Okay. I want to thank all of you for taking the time today to come together. And I've been thinking about this. What would a white man, 55 years old, born 5 years after Henrietta's death, actually have to offer in the presence of a family in which he's lived through and for? And I ask that we get this glass here. And this one, I think how we look at Henrietta's life and her legacy is this glass half full? Or is this glass half empty? We come here to celebrate, but we all know this has been hard for many years. We read about Deborah's struggles, Henrietta's sister struggles. We know about poverty, we know about education, we know about discrimination, and all of the things leading up to. But let's think back. This is the year of our Lord, 2011. 2011. Henrietta would be 91 years old. Think of the progress we have made in the last 100 years. Just 1/20th, 5% of that time. Think of the progress that we have made in the 50 years since Henrietta passed with her cancer. It's not just about the science, and I can talk to you a little bit about those. Those cells were the first cells to survive long-term outside of the body. Those were tough cells. Those cells were her cells, but those cells were different too because they had a virus in them, which we've only now come to understand. Those cells were taken from her family without knowledge, understanding. They were used in research, amazing research, understanding antibiotics and chemotherapy and radiation therapy and understanding how to work cells, learning about DNA. Which is interesting because in the 60s, some of you might have been tested, thinking that perhaps you were being tested for cancer, when in fact it was an effort to get DNA. And we know that we in medicine have sort of a checkered history, going back to experiments. We know the concerns around Johns Hopkins, testing poor people. And we like to think that in the time that we have learned, we are so much better. We don't do that anymore in this country. We do not tolerate that. We ask people for permission. We are working to ensure that a family whose members have given so much will actually have access to the benefits brought by the research, the advances that Henrietta cells have made possible. So let's think about it. 50 years, 3% of the time since the birth of Jesus, and look at all the progress that we have made in that time. Not just on the medical side, which has been enormous, but on how we live together, how we treat each other as people, and how we contribute. Now, who'd have thought in 1951 that we'd be here today really celebrating the contributions of Henrietta? Who'd have thought that? Now, but we don't know what our contributions will be until long after we're gone. I believe the Reverend would probably say the Lord works in mysterious ways. And it has happened here. Ladies and gentlemen, is this glass half empty? Or is this glass half full? I believe it's half full. I believe that we had a lady with a good sense of humor, a lady with a good life, I left a family, her legacy here, her physical legacy, and mysteriously she made a contribution that she didn't expect to make, that so many of us benefit from today. And I am grateful that she had that life, and even though I think we have learned a lot from it, socially, ethically, I think that what she has blessed us with is so important. And I thank her for that, and I thank the family for enduring what you have been through because of those darn cells, and celebrate with us the accomplishments they have brought. The glass is indeed half full. Bless you all, and thank you very much.